Imperial. He's sprinting quickly now. He galloped at the start. We've got another one that's galloped at the start and still too good. 2 Imperial wins by 2 metres. Van Tune second. Third over the line behind those was BG's Whisper. Then Foxwood running home again. Earner TV and Talkenport was last of all.
275, 2 Imperial, 830, 490, fours to 9 to 2. Galloped out, too good, as you heard Jimmy Jarks mention beforehand. 7 second Van Tune, 5 to 4, 6 to 4, 13 to 8 he started at. And third horse home here, number 5, BG's Whisper, 2s to 6 to 4. Good support for him on track, but not good enough. The winner, number 2, 2 Imperial, 830 and 490. A real drifter on the tote and starting at 9 to 2. Okay, let's have a look here at Moonee Valley. They're on the track, as I said beforehand. Looking forward to this. This is over the mile. And there's plenty of speed incentives on offer tonight too. There's cash up for grabs for anyone who can break the clock.
That's right. There's $50,000 in prize money on offer and an additional $50,000 if the winner can better Scotch Notch's Australasian record set in a time trial of 1:55.6. I was here that night. March the 9th, 1985, she set that time. And if the winner this evening can better that, which you'd have to say it's pretty long odds to see one of these horses do that, then there's an extra $50,000 on top of their prize money for the event. The other speed incentives, there's $15,000 if they can better 1:59. There's also a further $15,000 if they can better 1:56.4, which is the Australian race record set by Night Pistol at Bendigo. So the times to watch, I guess, 1:59 is the first mark, 1:56.4 the second mark, and 1:55.6. Not ideal conditions for an attempt at records this evening. It's quite cool and also blustery, so you'd have to say that those records, probably the second two are in doubt. You'd think they'd just about probably better the 1:59 mark. My selections, sorry Rob.
I thought you'd finished actually.
My selections are 6 to beat 1 and 2. Can't go past Lyle Creek. Special Force, the pole marker, well suited from the drawing, might be an improver. I've thrown in Tamara Nightingale here. She's huge odds, but she is a speed horse, and I think that the conditions of this race will suit her. The query, I guess, is the class of the event, but she can reel off some brilliant sectionals. Sundawn's Way, I thought, had claims in the race. Euro Ranger, it would be terrific to see him trot throughout and run a good race. And Homer Hawk's going very well, but the draw hasn't been terribly kind for him. So 1, 6 and 2 were my numbers, Rob.
All right, we had a magnificent shot there of course, the international horse there, Euro Ranger, on screen before, and as you pointed out to me, Tao Lonkey's wife here, who was just looking at the horses coming onto the track, and when he came down, the horse just stopped in front of her as if he knew she was there, and smiled just across her face. It would be lovely to see them make this long trip out here and go home rewarded with winning a race. They came oh so close in the heats of the trotting.
In the Dollard Cup, yeah, that's right. Actually, it's a real family affair. Their son Thomas is out with them as well, so a lot of support behind Euro Ranger, and I think the Melton harness racing community have really got behind him as well.
All right, just quickly before they jump, we've got some dividends we'll have a quick look at here. 2 Imperial, 830, 490, 130 for Van Tune, insufficient starters for a third tote dividend for BG's Whisper. 830, 2 and 7, Exacta, Exacta 2 and 7, 21.40. Trifecta, $43.80 for 2, 7 and 5. The running double, 1 and 2, $69.60. That's Globe Derby. This is Moonee Valley. The Moonee Valley Racing Club, Millennium Mile about to take place. They're starting to score up behind the mobile. Special Force comes out of gate 1. No market moves, I don't think. We've still got an odds-on favourite here in Creek the Freak. Lyle Creek goes around at $1.40 and $1.20. And then we get out to 2 points better than each way for Euro Ranger and Special Force. That's as close as they get. And as we have a look here, Tamara Nightingale for Catherine Pitt. Now, has that horse just stopped, or is there a reason for... Now, I'm just wondering, everyone else has stopped too.
Might have an aborted start there. They were certainly going to score up. Actually,
it was interesting watching Tamara Nightingale. It just went from sort of going to be hard up onto the gate to just stopping flat-footed, and then everyone stopped behind.
Which was probably a good thing, because I think we saw her one night here at Moonee Valley when she bolted from a standing start. Her manners have left a little bit to be desired in the past, but perhaps she's learning just a little bit. That's right. The horse can be a little bit of a problem.
All right, Catherine with the long ponytail out the back there, and those familiar orange colours.
It's interesting to see Catherine taking the drive on this mare, because Fred Thacker has been driving her for that very reason, that she's so headstrong and such a handful in her races. But obviously tonight, Catherine felt that she'd like to
have a look at this again, Tan. just as we, this is from our elevated camera. You can see the horse here. Actually, I reckon it has taken charge of her again too.
Well,
It's just grabbed hold of the steel. Now you watch this horse, it'll just prop and stop. I think the clerk of the course is just wise. We're not going to see it. It's just out of camera shot. Everyone else is starting to score up quite okay. And the horse just propped. So did the mobile. So maybe whoever was in charge of the mobile could see that Catherine was in trouble, and maybe it was one way they could probably stop the horse. Now it'll get a little bit of a lead up here with Buddy, and I would say he'll probably try and get out of the way at the last minute and let this horse be given every chance to just approach the gate a little bit easier.
She looks as though she's certainly very keen to go. She's been putting a couple of rough ones in. Now she's on the move.
All right, let's go to Danny Malecki for his call of race 4, the Moonee Valley Racing Club Millennium Mile.
Of $50,000 plus speed incentives if they're able to break 1:59 and then better the Australian race record, which is 1:56.4. That's the fastest time a trotter has run in a race, 1:56.4. And in a time trial, Scotch Notch recorded 1:55.6 back in March of '85. So an extra 50,000 in bonuses. They're set to go. Can the Freak the Creek do it again? He's drawn second from the outside front line. Away they go. Noopy Kiosk is up in the air at the start. He's galloped away well. Special Force and Tamra Nightingale. Lyle Creek is wider out. Carwarao Invasion getting into a nice spot into the first bend. Lyle Creek 3 deep. Between runners is National Interest. Sundon's Way wide. Buster Hanover back to the pegs. Then Gridiron 5 metres to Euro Ranger. Making a mistake, Homer Hawk. And Noopy Kiosk is out of business and drops out to last. Special Force in front. 3/4 of a length to Tamra Nightingale, and out 3 wide is the favourite Homer Hawk, but improving. Tamra Nightingale kicking up though. It's looking for the lead. Tamra Nightingale now draws up alongside Special Force. She's got a half a length in front. First quarter 28.9. Lyle Creek having to do it real tough tonight. He's still 3 wide. A lap to go and Special Force has the inside running, even though Tamra Nightingale's a metre in front. Lyle Creek's out 3 deep. He'll have to produce something real special tonight. He's doing it extra hard. Down on the inside, Carwarao Invasion. National Interest in the centre. 3 wide coming out for cover, Sundon's Way. Between runners is Buster Hanover away from the pegs. Euro Ranger 3 deep and Gridiron the inside. 20 metres Homer Hawk and Noopy Kiosk is tailed off. 31.1 the second quarter. Lyle Creek's out 3 deep, but he's ranged up to hit the lead. Put his neck in front of Special Force and Tamra Nightingale. Sundon's Way right there. Then Carwarao Invasion. National Interest. Buster Hanover to the outside. Gridiron and Euro Ranger 20 metres off the lead. Off the back straight in 29 seconds. Almost a line of 3. Special Force. Lyle Creek, Sundon's Way. Buster Hanover running on. Lyle Creek under some pressure up to the turn. Special Force headed. Lyle Creek and Sundon's Way together. Buster Hanover running on. Sundon's Way. Lyle Creek coming back at him. Sundon's Way and Lyle Creek. Lyle Creek won't give in. Sundon's Way and Lyle Creek, the Freak. What a run! The best trotter perhaps in the world. What a performance. Lyle Creek has won it. Beaten Sundon's Way and Buster Hanover. Then close up behind them, Carwarao Invasion. Gridiron a big run. Special Force, Tamra Nightingale. Next home, Homer Hawk. Euro Ranger, National Interest and Noopy Kiosk. Final quarters in 29 and 29. Sitting 3 deep the whole way and has gone 1:58 for the mile.
Gee, you talk about horses that can find plenty. This horse here had sat 3 wide, couldn't get in. When he did get to the front there at the top of the turn, we expected something to come straight over the top of him. But as all good horses do, is there a bottom to him?
Well, I'm not really qualified to talk about how much better he is than horses that have gone around previously, but I don't know that I've ever seen a horse with such a will to win. As soon as a horse looks like he's going to go past him, Lyle Creek just digs in. You can see him physically doing it. He seems to knuckle down and say, no, you are not going to get past me. And he seems to be able to go into another gear when he should be getting tired. He's certainly, his will to win is something that's very, very rare, and you would say it's going to take him a long way.
I think Mark Purdon was sitting pretty confidently at the top of the turn. In fact, look how long it's taken them to pull up these horses here. We've seen them over the mile for, well, not many of them are used to racing so far. So not so, I shouldn't say so quick over the mile, but that's probably the wrong statement to make. Probably they were just starting to get warmed up. But having a look here, Mark Purdon up on the outside here on Sunderland's Way, about to issue the challenge, or is it, that's number 9 there, Buster Hanover with Tony Hurley, who actually ran 3rd.
There you can
in
see
a moment you can see there
Sundon's Way up on the outside, and his stablemate trailed him.
And he really was the horse you wanted to be on, wasn't he?
Well, he'd had the lovely trail. With Lyell Creek caught wide, Mark Purdon showed the initiative and took the trail, making that forward move. He took the horse wide at the top of the straight, and you really wanted to be on him because he'd had a far easier run. But Mark was driving his horse quite vigorously, certainly for Mark, because he's not a vigorous whip driver. But the amazing thing was Anthony Butt on Lyell Creek really only hit his horse a couple of times. That's probably the other thing about him. Not only does he have an amazing will to win, but he does it himself naturally. He doesn't need any encouragement from his driver. He's an amazing horse, there's no doubt. Here's Robbie.
Well, no doubt, Anthony. That's one of the best performances at the carnival so far. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks, Rob. Yeah, you didn't get it easy, so it was a great performance.
What were you thinking while you were out 3 wide coming to the turn? You must have thought at some stage he's got to stop.
Well, I thought some of the drivers hadn't seen the race last week, but no, they made it tough for him, but he's a great horse and he could overcome it.
Sundon's Way actually may have even poked his nose in front, but he just dug so deep.
Yeah, he did, yeah. Sundon's Way sort of had me, you know, when we straightened, but I knew this fella wouldn't give in, and, you know, his fight's very right to the line, and, yeah, he come back well just near the finish.
What's the plan with this horse, Anthony? Is he going back home now for a break, or does he head over to Europe?
He's going back for the Road Cup. He gets a little break now, and then the Road Cup in about 5 weeks' time, and then we've just got to decide then after that whether to go to Sweden for a hit-and-run mission or just wait till next year.
All right, Anthony, congratulations. Lyell Creek going back to scale here with a terrific performance, 158 over the mile.
Yeah, thank you, Robbie. Right on the spot there with the Butt family, or the Butt camp, as we might say, and the Road Cup, the all-important Road Cup, which usually we send a few horses over there. Who are we going to send over now? I suppose it's a bit of a waiting game and a question over a couple of horses. New Big Kiosk went into a mad gallop at the start there. The other excuses in the race, Euro Ranjar, horse on the inside of him, I didn't quite pick up, went into a mad gallop.
National interest. He seemingly went out in sympathy with him. I don't know that there was
I don't think he was travelling all that well to Euro Ranjar. He never looked comfortable. Gavin moved him 3 wide round the outside of them and yet never really pushed him forward. I think, hang on, the horse was struggling. We might have a look at it a little bit later on and just see what actually happened to him. Now, see, last horse in your screen now, up high, just went into a gallop, as Tanya said there before, almost in sympathy, but he really wasn't travelling all that well.
Seemed to be run off his feet. I know they run races in Europe at a very rapid pace, but he just seemed to be completely all at sea with the pace of that event this evening, and they were running exceptional time, let's face it.
Okay, the SPs, let's have a look at some of the totes here as we watch this replay, this stirring finish. As we heard Robbie Orber say before, one of the highlights, if not of the trotting world. One of the highlights of this Interdom Carnival outside, perhaps. Let's take nothing away from the Interdom trot final, which we saw a week or so ago. Lyell Creek won $40 and $1.10. Short and sweet, Tanya.
It was $3.50 for Sundon's Way, $3.20 for Buster Hanover. $9.10 was the Quinella dividend, $13 even for the Exacta. The trifecta for 6, 7 and 9 paid $64.90, and the running double for 10 into 6, $3.20.
All right, not far off Brisbane. Let's have a glance here. 321.40 for Cavetto. It's been a little easy as far as the tote's concerned. Have been a bit easy on track. Opened up in the red. Now flip of the coin odds. Yours for theirs. Now the shortener is Tresor. 11.20 into 5.80. He didn't open up. He opened up right on the each way with bookmakers. Got out to a point better than the each way. Now is trimmed to a point under the each way. So he's trimmed up 2 points from the second call of betting. He is the definite shortener in the race, which I presume is the reason why Cavetto has gone out to the even money. But never opened up anything like the $11 as far as bookies were concerned.
No, that's right. Right on the each way at the opening quote, so you were getting good overs. Still good overs with Tresor, $4 on track and $6.10 with the bookmakers. Looks like we're scoring up at Albion Park for race 3. So we might head north up to our caller this evening, which is Craig Rail.
Support on course. Ken Belford drove his first winner at Albion Park since 1992 when he drove exceptionally smooth on this track in the previous when he drove Spirit of Mapley. So his first winning drive at Albion Park for 8 years in the previous, and he's looking for a double here. Ready to run. There's the lights, away they go. Trezor came out quickly. Lethal Rain showed a good turn of early speed, and Mike's Fella began fast. Trezor holding the inside, but Lethal Rain wants the front. He's drawn a length clear over Trezor. The turn's coming up. Lethal Rain will get to the front from Trezor. Mike's Fella was third, and Queveto's lobbed the one out, one back trail. Sunitas is a bit wide into the first bend. Joe Bob was crossed at the start, then Bon Giorno, 3 lengths to Bushman. Peace Council on the outside of Dance Wizard. Dancing Nukes was second last, and Saddam 2 lengths away at the tail and 12 off the speed. Lethal Rain in front, leads by 2 lengths over Mike's Fella on the outside of Trezor. Queveto 1 out, 1 back, getting a nice run early. The inside Joe Bob. Sunitas is still 3 wide. Then Bon Giorno keeping him out wide. The inside Dance Wizard, then Dancing Nukes on the inside of Peace Council. 3 wide and 1 back Bushman, and Saddam at the tail end of the field. Lead time 38.6, which is pretty quick, and it's Lethal Rain in front. He leads by 2 lengths. Out here comes Queveto. Queveto strides up on the outside, and he moves up to face the breeze. In fact, Graham Bay attacking Lethal Rain for the front, and Queveto's going to find it. Queveto, the favourite, runs to the lead now past Lethal Rain. Without cover, Sunitas, then Mike's Fella, and Trezor's now 3 back the inside. 1 out and 2 back was Bon Giorno. 3 wide on a limb Bushman. The inside Joe Bob, then Dance Wizard, Peace Council, Dancing Nukes, and Saddam at the tail end of the field. 31.4 the next quarter. Queveto in front. He leads by a half length over Sunitas and Lethal Rain. 1 out, 1 back Mike's Fella. His stablemate Bushman's out 3 wide, tracked up by Bon Giorno. Then Trezor, Peace Council, Joe Bob. Saddam third, last around Dance Wizard, and last of all was Dancing Nukes. Next quarter 30.4. It was a 61.8 half. It's Queveto in front, leads by a half length over Sunitas. Lethal Rain behind the leader. Next one was Bushman, then Mike's Fella. Trezor needs a run. Bon Giorno tracks up behind Bushman, then Peace Council, Joe Bob. Dancing Nukes, Saddam, and Dance Wizard at the tail. Queveto held together, leads by a length over Sunitas. Lethal Rain trails the speed. Then Mike's Fella, Bushman. He's trying hard, he's under pressure. 4 wide was Bon Giorno, then Trezor up to the turn. Queveto got away. Lethal Rain looks his only danger. Then Sunitas, Mike's Fella, and Trezor using inside runs. Queveto 2 lengths in front onto the turn. Lethal Rain's trying hard, then Trezor. Queveto in front. Lethal Rain back to the sprint lane. Queveto's in front. He's 3 parts of a length clear. Lethal Rain's trying hard, but Queveto's too strong. Queveto first, Lethal Rain second, Trezor third, and Joe Bob flashed along the inside late for 4th. Next one, Mike's Fella, then Peace Council, Dancing Nukes. A long way back was Saddam. Also there was Dance Wizard, Bushman, Sunitas, and Bon Giorno at the tail end of the field.
All right, winning here, number 12. Getting up here, Queveto for Graham Boyer. Now, this was the horse that drifted, if we can also say marginally, from 5 to 4 on to even money. It's got the money here from number 5, Lethal Rain, at 8 to 1, and 3, Trezor, the well back, 4s to 5s. Final call through from the ringers at 3 to 1 has got third. Let's go trackside quickly to Rob.
Thanks, Rob. I'm joined by Doug Willis, who, of course, drives number 7, Day of Rain, in this race coming up. Well, Doug, he's been racing in terrific form. His run last start at Cranbourne, probably a little bit below his best.
Yeah, Rob, I initially was disappointed with him, and actually we did find that he had a low-grade infection. He's been treated for that, and hopefully he'll get back to... He just didn't have that spring in his step. I thought he should have blew him away last start, that's right.
Well, the distance should suit him because he's a Dow star.
Yeah, he certainly is. We've just got to see where we lob from the stand and put him into the race.
Last time from the stand here at Moonee Valley, he was just a little bit slow away.
Yeah, he probably wasn't a good thing because he then ended up very wide for the journey, so hopefully he can get away a little bit better tonight.
All right, Doug, I'll let you go. Good luck here with Day of Rain.
Thanks very much, Rob.
Doug Willis, who drives number 7, Day of Rain, who's racing well, and with a little bit of luck, he won't be too far away.
All right, thank you, Robbie. Some dividends we have a look at here at Brisbane. For Queveto, 270, 180, 220 for Lethal Rain. Trezor, 210. Quinella, 960. Exacta, 12 and 5, $19.60. Trifecta, $71.80. In fact, Robbie picked 12 and 5. If you'd have thrown in the well tried Trezor, you probably would have got the $71.80. It was pretty easy to get. And the running double, 8 and 12, $58.30. All right, we start to have a look towards a break, and then when we come back on the other side of this break, we'll have a look at Tanya's quaddie for the night, and I'm glad it's her doing it, and not me, let me tell you.
This is an important announcement to all harness racing fans. Harness racing will not be telecast on Channel 31 after Saturday night, February 26. To continue to enjoy harness action, we recommend you subscribe to pay television, either Foxtel or Optus. Contact your preferred pay TV distributor now to avoid disappointment.
You know, it's not that long ago a tobacco company would have been advertising here. But since Vic Health got involved in sport, the message today is all about improving your health. Around the track, just some of the changes we've seen are the smoke-free areas, healthier foods, responsible alcohol practices, and the SunSmart message getting through. Altogether, it adds up to an important relationship between Vic Health and Victorian sport, benefiting all Victorians.
Lost, old fella. Come on, hop in.
Make sure that your dog or your cat is never lost. Phone the Lost Dogs Home on 1800 334 188 for a free identification tag.
Hello, I'm Mirella Killingsworth, live at our Channel 31 studios with the weather forecast. Tomorrow, fine, a mainly sunny day with a moderate wind and overnight low of 15 degrees and a top of 27. On Monday, fine and 30 degrees. On Tuesday, fine and 32. On Wednesday, mainly fine and 32 degrees. Well, that's all for the weather for the moment. I'll see you again in about 1 hour with more weather details. Now it's back to Rob with more of Saturday Harness.
Yes, welcome back here at Moonee Valley on Interdom final night, pacing final night, let's say. Anyhow, I did pass the buck saying it's Tanya's quaddie that she's going to try and put together tonight. Not an easy one. Just prior to that, let's have a quick look here at Adelaide. Bobby Kane saw them 2 to be 10 and 7. We've got 4 minutes of betting time left. Number 2 is Combat Zone. Combat Zone at $2.20 and $1. It's had support, and had support on track too. From number 10, which is Milwaukee Minder. Now, Milwaukee Minder has been very easy in the market. Opened up at a half point under the each way. Is now out to a point better than each way. And his third pick, number 7, Halley's Boy, is scratched. So is that a late scratching? Halley's Boy? I'll just double check actually, because I think I wrote 7 down as far as numbers were concerned for Bob, and having a look there, the SCR. It is a late scratching. Okay, so Halley's Boy is a late scratching. So what do we throw in for third? What's wrong with Lord Oberon? For me, a last start winner, Lord Oberon is a point better.
Pole marker, son of the day.
Oh, all right, well, go on.
We might, yeah. Bobby's not a big fan of Lord Oberon. I think if you're looking for your third selection, definitely son of the day, particularly bearing in mind that it opened a point better than the each way and it's now a half point under the each way.
All right, well, I'm going to go myself personally for Lord Oberon, goes into my trifectas for some value at $7.10.
With 2 weeks to go, should we be having a Tats Lotto ticket on this?
You still owe me for
I owe you one.
Do you want to square up? Do you want to tell me that son of the day beats Lord Oberon home?
That's right.
Oh, geez, that's nearly... You've drawn the pole. All right, you're on. You're on.
It's a deal.
Okay. All right, let's have a look at your quaddie.
Thanks very much. I might need to get some money to pay for the Tats Lotto ticket.
And I'll bet you another Tats Lotto ticket you don't get it.
All bets are off if I do get it. Kid Me Not, number 2. Number 7, Day of Rain. 8, Lucavelle, and 12, Cigar in the first leg. 2, 7, 8 and 12. Into 8, 9 and 10. Sorrento Star, Grumpy Old Man, and Zuganoff Lace. Go skinny in the third leg, hopefully with Justice Prevails 3 and number 5, Bankura next. And I'm going the safe way in the big one this evening with numbers 2, Courage Under Fire, 4, Slug of Gin, and 6, Shaker Maker. Reasonably small investment, I think, considering you could throw plenty more in. $36.50. 2, 7, 8 and 12, 8, 9 and 10, 3 and 5, and 2, 4 and 6. If you have your own fancy, feel free to pop it in.
All right, actually, I think you've got that pretty well covered. There's only one horse that I still can't get away from Yulestar. I've still got to throw Yulestar into my tries.
I tipped Yulestar in the Hunter Cup. He was very good to me, yeah. So I guess I probably should have a little bit of loyalty there as well.
All right, so that's Tanya's quaddie. For $36, you're going to have a lot of fun. You're going to get a good sight for your money, let me tell you too. I want to get a good sight for my money here at, have a look at the pools, 100,000 and 59,000. So we're nearly at the 160 with 104 minutes to go. And as I made the mistake before saying 5 past 10, it's 10:05 is the big one tonight here at Moonee Valley Race 8. Okay, Courage on a Fire at 310, 470 Shaker Maker, 660 Slug of Gin, that's good value, Slug of Gin 660 and 320. I wonder how long it'll be before we see fixed odds betting as far as the tote's concerned, or will we ever see it?
It's hard to know, isn't it? Just interesting to look there. There's a lot of local loyalty, I'd suggest, because Breeny's Fella is under the double figure odds at the moment, around $9.70 and around the $4 mark for Shaker Maker. I think the Victorian punters have really got behind their local hopes here.
Okay, Globe Derby on start time or thereabouts. Just quickly having a look here. Combat Zone was even money. 190. Actually, I've got 190, one tote and $2. So we'll just see whether that does tighten up in a moment or two. But you're getting even money at the moment, which is okay. That's what they're betting on track. Second pick in the market here is Son of the Day. Oh dear me, a point better than each way into a half point under each way figure. So it's had good support. Says Tanya, rubbing her hands together. And others in the market are Milwaukee Minder, who's been a little easy. It's now out to a point better than the each way. Merlot's 3 points better than the each way. And Lord Oberon, the horse that she gives no hope to, is a point better than each way at $5.80. Let's head across to South Australia. Your caller over there is Jim Jarks.
Lead Son of the Day kicking up on the inside. Edward William out 3 wide. Behind those, Lord Oberon's punching through from the second row. He might settle down 1 out and 1 back here, I'd say. Out there wide was Roan Tiger around the first turn, but Combat Zone is the leader. Lord Oberon will grab the 1-1. Still 3 wide is Roan Tiger. Then Qatari Burn, Walnut Hall 3 back the inside. A margin of about 7 or 8 metres behind those to Merlot. Then behind those was Milwaukee Minder, and about 10 or 12 metres away at the tail end of the field was Zelina after being restrained. In the front straight, they've gone past the 1800 and Combat Zone the pacemaker by 2 metres. Roan Tiger works to the death, and now here comes Terry Brown around the outside with Lord Oberon. He's going to ensure there's a high speed on all the way through here. I don't think this favourite's going to get an easy run out in front now. Lord Oberon 3 wide is going to work to the death seat. Roan Tiger 1 out and 1 back. Lead time was 46.2. On the leader's back was Son of the Day, now getting a nice run. Behind those on the outside was Edward William. It follows the 1-1. 3 back the inside, Walnut Hall, then Qatari Burn. Here comes Milwaukee Minder 3 wide. I don't think he'll get the death seat. I don't think Brownie will hand up the death with Lord Oberon. But Ron Webster going forward on the outside with Milwaukee Minder. Then behind those, Merlot thought about coming 3 wide. Qatari Burn went out in front of it. Merlot will probably get the back of Qatari Burn, and last of all, Zelina on the inside. They've gone around the corner. They've got about 1,100 metres to travel. First quarter was covered in 31.8. We've virtually got 3 lots of 3 now. On the inside, it's Combat Zone. In the centre is Lord Oberon, and 3 wide is Milwaukee Minder. Son of the Day on the leaders back on the inside. Between runners was Roan Tiger in the 1-1. 3 wide trail was Qatari Burn. Walnut Hall, she's 3 back the inside. Travelling well, but can't get out. Edward William between runners. 3 wide trail was Merlot, and 3 back on the outside. And last of all, Zelina about 10 metres away. Around the turn they go. They've got about 720 metres to go. Combat Zone in front. Lord Oberon on the outside. Second quarter, 31.2, 63 the first half. Milwaukee Minder's having a tough run out 3 wide. Son of the Day's had an easy run on the leader's back. Then between runners was Roan Tiger. Qatari Burn under the whip. Walnut Hall bolting, can't get out. Then behind those, Edward William. Merlot has to come 6 wide, and last of all, Zelina. Lord Oberon trying to put some pressure on Combat Zone. Webster sits there quietly at the 400. He's trying to kid the Combat Zone, but Lord